How do I say your name? Shia.
Yeah, you got it right. Well done for that.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Everyone
obviously with
gets
the
it
ethnic
wrong.
names, I'm okay in it. Like,
Una vez, horas, horas, una vez, horas, una hora, impaciente, horas.
people fuck up my name all the time, innit?
Yeah, I get called Shia all the time. It's the
Shia, I
worst.
get called Mizan Ali. I hate that shit. It's Mizan Ali, two names, that's it.
And then my dad's like Tanzanian from Zanzibar, so he was like born and
Yeah,
raised
same,
there.
same, same. My dad was
And
born there
then
too.
yeah, and then been there once, and yeah, just mixed, typical mixed race girl. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, standard things, yeah,
yeah.
standard. But yeah, why do you have 14K followers? Let's start there, because
It all just started like years ago. I used to do Instagram lives when I was like 17.
yeah,
Just used to go on live, like just for the jokes. And then
yeah,
my friends would come on, then other people would come on, and then it'd be good conversations. Like you'd have a laugh, or you'd like make friends on the live, and then
what? So did you have a lot of friends growing up, or what? Like, what were you searching for? Like,
nothing. I was bored. I was like, okay, this is Instagram. Let's just go on live. I
but
was like, let's
everyone
try
gets
it.
bored, right? There's a lot of things because you were feeling yourself and you wanted a little bit of those like
No,
compliments,
not even because I used to go on live with like no makeup, nothing. Never used to make any sort of effort for that live.
stimulate your
Yeah, I
brain.
just did it. And then like my friends were on it, so we'd all go on there, chat on the live, and then people would just start coming on cussing, and I'm like, oh my god, or attacking me for something I'd say or however I
Yeah.
looked, and I was just like, listen, I ain't having it, no
Because
chance.
you used to do like questions and red flags and stuff, and then like I don't think you're the type of person to like come for people, but you're the type of person to reciprocate that energy if someone fucks around, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick up for myself. If someone's trying to come and give me attitude or be
Yeah.
rude, of course anyone would be like, no, I'm not having it. My parents won't speak to me like that. No one else can. That's it.
Yeah, no one
Then they
else.
don't like it. They don't like it because they think, oh, she's not going to say anything. And then when I'm rude, I'm rude
Why do you think people don't think you're gonna say something? Why do you think they
because
underestimate you?
because I'm because I'm nice to some people. Like some people don't see that side, so they see the side to me where they think, oh, she always listens. I can tell her whatever I want to tell her,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And then people take advantage of how nice I can be. They
Yeah,
just think,
and
oh,
I
she
feel like a
ain't
lot
gonna
of
say
people relate to
anything.
that, to be fair.
Yeah, they just take your kindness for a weakness, and then when I'm flipping or annoyed, that's when I'm like, no.
And is that how
And then
you
they're
are in
shocked.
person, like with your friends and stuff? You're kind of like that
Yeah,
open ear, like you kind of listen to everyone's bullshit, even though you're not necessarily interested. Because I feel like when we have friends, like we're all listening to bullshit stories, isn't it? Like at the end of the
every
day, if we
day.
care about someone, we will tolerate that kind of thing, right?
Every day it's I go to work, I'll finish work. The
Yeah.
moment I finish work, it's a phone call, it's text, it's spams. Oh, this has happened. Oh, this person's done this,
Yeah,
or this person. I'm like, I've just worked all day,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
now I've got to be therapist.
And you're addressing people's concerns and stuff like that at work, right? So it's kind of like a double.
Yeah,
Why do you do this to yourself, man? Why do you think people out there just put themselves at a disadvantage for other people? Why do you think that? Because you come across like you have a lot of friends then, right? Or not really?
no, it's not a lot. I've got a small circle, but it's them ones where everyone just thinks I'm their friend. But for me,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
like,
okay.
what? How are you, my friend? Like, what do you do for me? If I have a problem,
Yeah,
I don't think I'd go to them if I had a problem because half of them are like gossips, like big mouths. So it's
yeah.
like, you're going to chat my business. I'm not telling you.
Because they're like backstabbers, isn't it? Like people like that,
Yeah,
you kind of know because they come to you with the information about other people. So why wouldn't they do that to you, right?
exactly. I know a lot of stories about a lot of things. And yeah, and I don't say anything to anyone. I just keep it to myself. And I'm like, okay, I'll just sit back, observe. But yeah, if I was to say something, just know it would be out and about myself. So yeah.
Yeah. Who do you want to chat crud about, man?
Yeah.
What's someone that you kind of like buried the hatchet with, but you can talk about a scenario that's mad, that got you
I
livid.
can't even because it's just like,
You can give me like fake names and all of that, you know?
oh,
Like
do you know
whatever
what?
gossip, you get me? Like,
Nah, do you know what? Because it's just, why are you saying this? Why are you saying that? With me, it's they're cut off, they're dead. The minute you've
yeah.
done me wrong, and I've like, that's it, I've had enough.
No second chances, no third chances.
Depends on the severity of the situation.
All
But
right, cool.
sometimes it's things I would never ever dream of doing to any of my friends. But you want to do that to me?
Like what? Like what?
Nah.
Like what?
What hasn't been done?
What hasn't been done? That's crazy.
What hasn't been done? Yeah, we're not going to get into. We're not going to get
That's
into
one of
that.
them no comment questions that we are talking about earlier, isn't it?
Yeah, not going to bring it up. But
Yeah.
that person.
What is a scenario that you've given a second chance to someone and you regretted it? This could be in a relationship. This could be like with the homies, one of the people you buried the hatchet with, anything.
Trying to think. Who have I? It's do you know what? It's quite very rare that I've given second chances.
I'll
It's
tell you
just
one
I'm
that's like
thinking.
so petty of me, yeah, and then that might give you some inspiration, right?
Yeah,
I don't
go
even know
on.
why I'm telling on myself, but anyways, I had this ex. I was going out with her for like 2.5 years, innit? And it was kind
Yeah.
of rocky, like she was trying to withhold sex from me because I was like not chatting to her as much and not giving her attention. I was like, that's like the opposite way that these things work, anyways. But okay. And then like I was kind of getting to a good place with her, you go to a different city, you kind of forget about all of that shit, right?
Mhm.
And then she was talking to me about a bill for like £24 for maybe like 2 months. And it's £24. And like, I'm paying for most of the dinners anyways. But you're talking to
Yeah.
me about this £24 fee for the duration of 2 months. And I gave her a second chance because obviously I was with her for like, 2 years. But I feel like at that point I should have cut it off, you know? Because she was holding
Really?
£24 over my head. That was it. Like I feel like I should have deaded it out then.
Did you not just address it and be like, listen, it's £24. Like, come on.
I tried, but like them people who when you try and address something, they kind of just get loud.
Mm,
So they
yeah.
kind of just they keep on chatting, and then if you try and give your logical opinion and try and talk to them slowly, it doesn't work, right?
Yeah. Because they're just so heated. Because I
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
moments
It's
I
that
could be like
hot-headed
that. I'll be like,
moment.
oh, for God's sake, like, what the hell are you talking about? And then
Yeah,
later you're like, oh my God, do you know what? I shouldn't have done that.
yeah. I feel like with any argument, right? Like there are people who are hot-headed that you can't get through to, and you have to give them like 2 hours to cool down. And I'm just not
Yeah.
one of them people, you know. Like I like to get things out of my system, and I feel like I need someone who can understand that dynamic. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that was the mismatch, and that's what I realized then. But that's why I regretted it because I was like, oh shit, like we just don't match in that regard, you know?
Yeah. But you was over for 2 years. So you realized after was it 2 years?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was like a uni relationship kind of thing,
We've all
that
been there with the
lasted too
uni.
long.
Yeah, we've all been there with the uni ones and all of that. Yeah.
What about you? Tell me some tea with your relationships and that.
I've not been in many. I've only been in actually one. People look at me and think she's been like 10.
Why do you think people
But
say
no, I swear, like there's been topics where people think I'm the one with like
people
loads
just
of
think you're about?
relationships. Yeah, they just think I'm like one of them and I'm not. I'm content on my ones at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Literally
But
content on
there's
my
not many
ones.
people out there like that, right? Like loads of people out there are toxic, they haven't addressed their like trauma and stuff like that, and then they jump into relationships as like their safe haven.
Yeah. And then they put other people through trauma and then that person now has problems today.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird to hear like a girl not doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Because we all get
it's
sidetracked, right? We all get sidetracked from the romanticism and we feel like we need to be in a relationship. Whenever I haven't been in a relationship and my friends have, I feel like I'm missing out. You know what I mean?
I don't because a lot of my friends are in relationships or married or engaged, and I'm just like, good for you. That's what you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do. For me, it's not a priority, because gosh, when you do speak to someone, for example, like yeah, start a situationship, whatever, you realize all the arguments and all the problems, and I'm like, gosh, I don't miss this at all.
Yeah. It's because
So
you have to
I'm
make
just
the
like,
adjustments for that person, right? You have to compromise regardless. And if you're not willing to
yeah,
do that, then it's never going to work.
I know you do have to compromise yourself. You do. You just got to try and work it out and be like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, but you can't have someone who's like too opposite to you, right? Like they say, oh yeah, opposites attract. And when we're younger, we're like, yeah, I need exactly the opposite of me. And then
No,
you realize that you can't adjust that
some,
much.
no, you can't.
You're
You
gonna build
can't.
yourself a life of hell.
Yeah, you're gonna get irritated, and it's
Yeah,
not
imagine if
ideal.
like, let's say I like nature walks and stuff like that, and the other person just wants to be in the city, like where it's loud and stuff like that. We're never gonna get on. Never.
Yeah, no. Unless it depends if you could try, but
Yeah, yeah,
you'd
but
clash
like
because they're gonna
how
be like, I
much
ain't
do
going on
you
no
like?
walk.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like, for example, in this day and age, right? I feel like most girls are like, I want a guy who's going to be able to do 50-50 with the chores and stuff like that. What do you think about that? Like gender
yeah.
dynamic relationships. Do you agree with
No,
that
I
50-50?
genuinely think I agree 50-50. Yeah. Why should the girl do everything? Or
But
why
like it
should the guy do
changes
everything?
with the dynamic of financial, would you say? So like if the guy was paying 100% of the bills, then it changes. And if it was split 50-50, then it would be the same both
I
ways.
can understand if the guy was working all the time and he was
Yeah,
never
yeah.
there. Just because you pay for all the bills, come on.
But that's what
You
what
live there
these like
too.
young boys are saying, isn't it?
You live there too. Why can't you clean it? Like, do you know what? Some boys don't even know how to clean. I've had to go to some boys and be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Because the
And
thing
like,
is, people just try and take the easy way out regardless, right? And for me, the easiest way out of doing the chores is to say that I'm gonna take all the financial burden so that my wife has to do all of the shit, right? That
yeah,
would be the easiest way, right? In the same way,
unless
the easiest thing for a girl to do would be like, I'm not going to pay the bills because I'm going to clean, and therefore that justifies why I'm not paying any bills. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
Like it's all it
yeah,
is like people taking the easy way out. And we don't see like the programming that's behind it, right? Like young guys listen
yeah,
to Butte and they're like, okay, this is how life has to be. That's it. You know?
yeah,
You like
that's
Andy Tate,
true.
don't you? You like the guy. You think he's
I'm
cool.
not a no. Do you know what I've seen? This I don't watch everything. I've seen some videos where he does speak the truth, but I don't follow every little thing or you know. So I'm not like for or against him, but sometimes he does say things. I'm like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, he is right. But I forgot now. I got sent video like months ago. I don't keep up to date with him.
Yeah. So what do you do in your spare time then? So you don't go on Instagram and that anymore. You're not on the lives with your dressing gown anymore, right? You're not doing like
No,
red
I'm
flag
just
questionnaires and stuff. Like, what do you do
I
with
just
yourself apart from the customer service thing and
do you know what? I just on my days off, I'm just out and about, out with my friends. Let's go for food. Let's go for shisha. Let's have a catch up. It's always a catch up with someone because
yeah.
I haven't seen them in so long and everyone's busy. That's all I do. Literally, my life is a bit boring at the moment.
Yeah. Like, how old are you now? If you don't mind me asking.
24.
You're 24, right? So
Yeah.
when people come to you and say, "Oh yeah, you should be looking for marriage," what do you say in return? Like, what's your pushback?
My own family don't even force me to get married, so
That's good.
why should I? My mum actually says don't get married. If
But
she's
what's
married,
your
she's like,
personal feelings? Like when someone says that to you, what is annoying
I
you at that
just
point?
I just think what's the deadline, what's the rush, and why am I going to rush to settle for someone that I might not want to marry? And then I don't want to be that person that gets married and gets divorced straight away. What's the point of that?
Yeah,
What I'd rather get to know them and know for myself if, oh yeah, do you know what? Maybe I do want to marry them. But for me, I don't have a deadline. I don't have a rush. It's not like I need to go out and find a husband. It's just if someone says that to me, I kind of think you get married yourself, focus on your own relationship. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't come to me and be like, oh, you need to
Like
get
a point
married
the fingers
and
kind of thing.
yeah, like about your next and all this and that. No, I'm not next. I'll settle when I settle. And right now I'm not settling. So
Yeah, and you're choosing not to settle because you want to build something with someone who you understand fully, right? That's
yeah,
why.
exactly.
You want to
Exactly.
have that
And
like
plus
2 year runway where you understand like, oh, he actually does do the chores and shit like that. Maybe I can, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, it'd be nice to have someone that
maybe
would be like,
he's
oh, do you know
not
what? I'll
toxically
clean.
masculine, you know?
Yeah. Can't
Like
have
that.
someone that just expects me to do everything. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I'd be a bit like, no,
So what are your red flags then?
mine.
Yeah. Since you've asked the red flag questions on your Instagram and that.
Do you
I
know
thought
what
you'd
I'm
have
really,
loads, just wheeling them off.
no, do you know what? The one thing that's really annoying me is like the
What's
ones that brag, like they show off of their money and their cars and the designer clothes, and them ones are really starting to kind of just annoy me. Like I find it really cringe because
why?
I've had messages of people like, oh, I'll take you out to nice dinners, I'll take you on holiday, all this and that, and I'm thinking, can't buy me. I feel like people just try to buy you with
Oh,
it.
you're a trophy, innit?
Yeah, and I'm just
Like
like,
you're just
go
there to
yourself.
look pretty and that's it. Just sit there, enjoy the view, and then don't do anything. I'll take care of everything.
Yeah, like, yeah, thanks for the offer, it's nice, but I don't like that sort of thing. It's you don't know me, I don't know you. You can't just come and be like, oh, I'll take you on holidays and all this and that. Like, I just don't really like it. It makes me feel a bit like,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's
good on
that's
you,
because
you're
you're out of the
successful.
uni phase, right? So you're out of that
Yeah,
whole like mentality. I'm sure when you were in uni, those offers were more tempting, and you might have taken some.
no, actually, I didn't.
No, no, but were you close to taking some at least?
No, and everyone says to me, why don't you go do it? And I'm like, no,
But that's
I feel
because
bad.
they do it, right? So you have like that conscious where it's like, okay, I don't want to, have a one-sided thing where I feel obliged to do anything, right? That's what it is, right? It's like if they're paying for all of this, they basically expect you to do some shit, right? And
Yeah, of
it's
course,
you
they're
want
gonna
to
want
feel obliged
something.
to go to do the shit.
Yeah, there's gonna be a catch. You're gonna want
Exactly.
something in
But
return.
yeah. But like if they make the bread, basically what it is, and what Andrew Tate basically perpetrates is like, okay, if you made it, you have the right to this. And therefore
Mm.
all you have to do is put out the bait and then the fishes will come. Now, clearly they're not like the most desirable fishes, right? But people do take the bait, so that's why they do it. And it works. How does
Yeah,
that make
it
you
does.
feel? How does it
Each to their own.
make you feel they're able to do that?
I just think like each to their own, but I have a conscience. And the thing with me is I can't sit there and pretend I'm interested when I'm not. I'm very straightforward and my facial expressions will say also if someone's sitting there waffling,
Yeah.
I'll literally sit there and be like, get me out of here. Like my friends know by my face, like, get me out of it or I ain't having it or I can't be asked. So I don't know how people can sit there and pretend like I just can't do it.
How do they do it though? Like how do they allow themselves to just
I wish I knew. I really do wish I knew how they pretended that because
you have some homies who've obviously taken those offers.
well, they're never gonna admit it.
Yeah,
Straight
but
with
what
their
would you
chest.
say to like a blank faced person who doesn't even have a name, but you might have witnessed?
They would just be like, well, they're gonna get me a gift or well, they're gonna pay for someone else. So they offered. Why not?
Yeah.
That's how some of them would see it as. But for me, I'm like, nah.
Why do you think it's that bad if you took like one of these offers?
I've
I
got
know
a
you said
conscience.
that,
I'm
oh
just
yeah, yeah, you're conscious, like you want it to be like reciprocal energy, blah blah blah. These are good answers. I get it. But like there's more. Like it's more like the obliged thing, right? Like you don't want to ever feel like you're like entrapped, basically.
do you know what it is? It's later on down the line where you could have an argument and they'll be like, oh, I did this for you, I did that for
It's
you.
like
And
holding
because
things over
people
you.
do that, I don't like that. You want to be like that? I will bank transfer you everything you want to cry about. Literally, let's
Yeah.
give me
It's
your
like when the
details.
breakups happen and then the guy sends you like a list of things. Like you would
Oh,
do that
yeah,
instantly. You'd be like, okay, fine,
yeah,
take the money. Yeah.
yeah. When you have the breakup and they want to bring up every bad thing, and it's like, well, you should have addressed it back then, not now.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly.
I don't like that
And that's
because I'm
why
just,
you need the 2 year runway with someone, right?
yeah,
And you won't understand these things.
yeah, exactly.
So when people DM you, because obviously you have 14K followers, how
Yeah.
does that go? Like, what kind of things do you receive?
Let's just say this
Most
morning
memorable thing
I had something inappropriate this morning and I was just traumatized.
this morning. Okay, cool. Recency bias. Let's go.
I
Go
was
on.
just in bed and I woke up to something very an inappropriate picture and I was like, I don't even know you.
Oh,
You
so
don't even
you
know me.
still get dick pics at 24 years old?
Yeah,
That's
somehow I
what
don't
you're
understand
saying.
why.
Yeah.
my friends can even vouch for me, be like, that is unprovoked. I've been in restaurants with my friends and I'm like, oh, someone's just sent me a snap. Open it, inappropriate photo, and I'm
On
traumatized.
Instagram.
Yes.
And it'll be like what? Public facing accounts, like people who you could like track and see
Yeah.
their
And they'll
face.
have pictures of themselves, and I'm like, you're not
Like it's their
embarrassed?
actual Instagram that they use to chat to their friends and they're sending their pictures out.
Yes. And I just block.
But
I'm
how
like,
did they have the
that's,
boys? Like, how did they have the boys for that? Like, there's so many guys out there who are literally just like, okay, this guy just sent me, and I
I
see it my
don't
story, and I'm
know.
like, how do these guys even have the audacity? You know,
I don't,
it's the
I don't
same
know how.
audacity as the girl who takes one of those offers. You know, it's that level. It's like how
Yeah, but it's,
crazy. Why
I
do they?
don't know. Why do they think it's the care? I don't know because okay, I get you feeling a type of mood and you just think, oh, do you know what? Let me just send a cheeky little. But
Yeah,
why to me? I don't even speak to you. I'm confused.
but you don't even seem that phased about it because I feel like you probably like had this kind of following for years, isn't it?
At first, I was
Like,
really
okay, I get it.
traumatized.
You were doing Instagram lives in your dressing gown. That might provoke some people. I get it. I get it. But
No, it was covered
cover, yeah? Halal only.
fully, like in pajamas. Yeah, halal
Yeah.
only, never haram. No.
Yeah, but like people are like that, innit? Like, especially on Instagram. The people who are on social media the most are the most desperate people, right? Because they have nothing else to flock to.
Yeah, people think Instagram is a dating site, and it's not.
Yeah. Have you had any good DMs from Instagram? Like, is
Yeah, I've
there a
made
way to do
friends
it?
from there.
There's definitely some people who come and watch this video strictly for you because they want to DM you. What would be the advice to give to these people?
I'm not giving any tips.
No, no,
Like,
no, no. Go
just
on, go on. Let's say you had a guy friend. Let's say if it was me, right? Like me and you were friends, right? Let's say I
yeah,
wanted advice on how to approach girls like you, not you, but girls like you. What would you say to me?
just be yourself and
No,
just be
don't give me that.
chilled.
No, no, everyone says that. Come on, try again, try again.
No, literally, I would say
Yeah.
just be yourself, just be chilled. Like, don't deep it. Just, I feel like boys deep it too much. It's like just relax, just chat to them like they're your friend. Like,
Yeah.
don't force it. I feel like a lot of people force it these days, and I know when something's forced, so I'm
They force it like
distancing.
with what pickup lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't
Like
like
they
that.
feel like they need to send a poem straight away. Have you ever
Yeah,
received the poem? You've received the poem, innit?
I don't think I've had a poem. I can't remember, but
Oh, that's
no,
good.
as far as I'm aware, no, no problem.
Yeah, no, that's
No,
good. That's long.
I've had like the chat up lines. Like the other day, I probably got, in the vending machine.
No, what's this vending machine?
someone, so someone put like A2,
Okay.
and I was like, what? And they're like, oh, just picking you, or something like that. And I was like, I've had that a few times, but I was like, okay,
Then you a vending machine. They're like, yeah.
yeah, I didn't get it. And they're like, oh, just picking a sweet one. And I was like, I
Fair,
just
fair. Where,
laughed.
where are you from again? What city?
Northampton, it's not a city, it's a town.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Yeah, North.
Yeah, I'm not a city girl. I went to uni in Brum, so yeah.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so I would think the sweet one thing works. Maybe without the vending machine, you know? You could just
Maybe
be
some girls
friendly.
do like that, but for me, I was like,
From
okay,
Brum
just
as
chat
well,
normal.
especially, you know?
Hmm?
Like Brum girls love slang. Like when I was in Brum, I was just like being my most slangy version of myself, you know. No sophisticated talk at all. They don't like that, you know. They'll feel like you're being pretentious. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to seem pretentious to the Brum girls, you know. So
Yeah, I don't speak slang. Oh, I can't. I don't, some of them do speak it, but yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
was
all
just a
like
uni.
road girls, isn't it? So do you feel like you're a road girl or not really?
I'm not a road girl, no.
Nah, what do you think is like disgusting to act like a road girl then?
No, it's not disgusting. It's just I just don't speak slang. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, bear, or I have
Yeah, but
some
that's like
words.
a little bit. I feel like everyone has that in their like
Yeah, but no,
vocabulary.
I'm
That's
not.
just what you hear, right? But
I'm not rude. I just choose to just not be like that. I don't know. It's just my. I think it's because of work
yeah,
as well, and I speak quite because even at work, like some people think I'm older than my actual age when they speak to me, and I'm like, no, I'm 24. Like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because like you would think that because you went uni and Brom, that you kind of just like pick up that slang and all of that. But
Yeah, I didn't.
I find it
Surprisingly, I didn't.
disgusting. So I used to find it attractive back in the day. And like I was
Yeah.
talking to a lot of my guy friends over the age of like 22, let's say. And they were like, "Oh yeah, slang is disgusting." Like, people have jobs and stuff like that. Like, you have a job, like you just said, right? You kind of need to enable yourself to speak to older human beings, right?
Yeah, refrain from it. Yeah.
Kiddie phase, just like messing around and doing one night stands and all of that shit. Like, at a certain point, you kind of grow out of that phase, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But why do you think people stay in that phase in their life? Because I still have so many friends, like you said, who I treat as acquaintances,
Hmm.
and they think that I'm their friends, and I'm not, and it's not because I don't fuck with them. It's just because I know that they're not good for me. Like, they'll bring my energy down. Like, they'll push me to do things like, going clubbing with no end goal and stuff like that.
I think maybe they're just comfortable with it, or I don't know if they have maybe a deep rooted issue or
Yeah,
something. But I just think as you reach like, them people that go like clubbing every week, I don't get how you can be doing that every week. I can't do that. I haven't been to a club since 2021.
yeah.
I'm more into bars now, so I'll go to a bar happily. Like it's more chilled.
Yeah,
A
it's
club,
slightly
it's
better,
like,
right? You can actually hear people talk and stuff.
yeah, but a club, I just go there and I'm like, get me out of here. Like, it stinks. It's the music's from like 2018. Come on. Like, when I used to go every
Yeah.
week at uni, I can't do it anymore. Maybe on holiday, yeah, or maybe once every,
Yeah, it's like an experience kind of thing, right? Or a birthday, like you go to one of those kind of thing.
yeah. But when I see like the same people go every week, I'm like, you're not bored. I'd rather be in bed, literally.
I think like some people just need an escape, right?
Yeah,
And like,
true.
to be fair, I see most people who, I guess, stay single and don't date go to clubs more because they're kind of chasing that distraction.
Yeah,
I think it's partly that. Obviously, like, people could be having their own trauma and stuff that's unresolved, and they're like, okay, this is the only way that I feel comfortable socializing with people. And I feel
yeah,
like that's an element too. Like, I know friends who won't come out unless it's a clubbing event. And the only reason why I'm able to say this stuff like openly is because I was doing it, right? Like, I was going clubbing like every week, like last year, the year before last year kind of thing.
we've all been there. We've all done that. I used to do it every week myself when I was at 18 and in uni. So it's
And
literally,
the reason why is because, okay, like, you go through a heartbreak and you're like, okay, like, how do I get over this? And there are good ways to do it, like actually fucking picking up a pen and like writing down your thoughts. And even the thought of that, me saying that out loud, is so long. Like, why would anyone do that? That's long.
yeah.
And I have done it. I have like typed it out and stuff like that. There's good ways to do it, but it's so much easier to just get a zoo, just start smoking, or like, you know what I mean?
No, when I used to just get the notes on my phone just to write
Yeah.
like how much and
Or
just
like,
like,
just like your
oh.
rage, your feminine rage.
Yeah, do you know what my friend actually said to me? Like, do you know what? Like, get a diary and write in the diary. And my friend gave me his diary and I read it. And I
Yeah.
used to actually laugh because my friend would just write whatever he wanted to. Then I did it and it was quite good. And I just forgot. You just, life just takes over and you're like, oh, I can't be
Yeah.
asked today.
Yeah.
So I just thought the
But you
notes in
do
the
those
phone
things when
might
you
be
need
good.
it, right? Like, some people just pray when they need to, right? And
Yeah.
there's a little bit more urgency there. So
Yeah.
I get it. But yeah, I feel like it's just escapism in it at the end of the day. Like, there's so many ways to monetize escapism. And I feel like the world is pushing in that direction more so, and not many people are as motivated nowadays. And I think
No,
that's
they're
the
not.
reason why, right? Is because of escapism, or like, or you could just watch porn and shit, you could do whatever, right? If you're struggling out there, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right there. You are right about that,
Yeah. People are
to be
just stuck.
fair.
So I don't know. There's a lot of things that you can hear about people just like bitching about their lives, kind of like how I was doing for the past like maybe half an hour, kind of going through like people's like triumphs and tribulations or whatever. But how do you cut out the noise? So you said you had a lot of friends and then you kind of like made it acquaintances. Like, everyone kind of needs to do that. They need to cut out people. Like, how would you suggest to do that?
You just, with me, I'm kind of bad. I just distance myself because all my friends know I like my own space.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have some friends where I can speak to them
That's like the
every
first
single
step
day.
in it. You have to like sort of plant the seed that,
I,
hey guys,
yeah,
I'm really busy, you know, I can't be going out all the time for shisha, you know, I need to.
yeah. Do you know, I'm quite straightforward. If someone's like, oh, do you want to come out and do this? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
What? I'm tired. I'm just want to stay at home and just watch Disney Plus or Netflix in bed. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just want
So
time
you don't
out.
even be around the bush. You don't even come up with like an excuse
No, no, if I don't want to go somewhere, I'm not going. There's no excuses. Like, even
or like,
family
oh
wants, if
yeah,
I
my
don't want to
auntie's
go,
come back.
yeah, I want peace. I don't want to go out today. I'll stay at home. I'll stay in bed. I've always been like that. I'm not making excuses. What, so I get caught?
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Then you have to
And
come
then
up
when I
with
get
like,
caught, World War Three. No, I'm not
yeah.
coming. If I'm not coming, that's it, literally. But
Yeah,
I would say just distance. Just tell people like I like my space. That's it. And if they don't listen, that's on them. You did tell them.
they're not for you, right? Kind of thing. They have to deal with
Yeah,
it. Talk to
exactly.
me
It's
about
not
this
every
guy
day.
who, what was that?
It's not every day be together or every day speak. So,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
exactly, exactly. Like I've had friends who literally cling on to me like they're my boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like that's how I've had like certain friends, you know. When you have like too much of a bromance, it's like, okay, you have a dependence on me and you're like a grown human being. Like stop it, you know?
yeah. I've got some
Um,
of those attached to. Yeah, I know the feeling.
yeah, yeah, no, it seems like it, man. But you know, you have your ways of dealing with it, right? So last thing I'll ask you, then we'll like talk about your questions. Some of them are obviously dead, but we'll talk about the more interesting ones, right? But yeah, talk
Yeah.
about this guy who screenshotted a mug of you on live.
Oh my God, like years ago, I was on
Yeah,
live and I must have just chilling, just talking, whatever. And it's on TikTok. People do know this, and like they'll just screenshot you, and I could be there like doing this or something,
yeah.
and literally, why am I there DPing of that mug?
On WhatsApp
It's just no Instagram.
or Instagram.
A whole Insta
But you
DP of
probably had
me is
loads of
like,
fans, no? Like, do you have fans, would you say?
no, I don't have fans. I doubt it. People are just nosy. There's not
Yeah.
fans. It's just nosy, and yeah,
Because there's
no,
some
no
dead
fans.
questions on here, man. Like, I'm probably never gonna ask people to do Instagram questions again because I got tea or coffee, roti or naan, dal or paneer. What the fuck is this, right? Um, but yeah, ops on the current state of society, capitalism. How do you feel about capitalism? I
I don't
hope
know,
everyone
honestly.
knows watching that I would never ask that question, but yeah, cool. How do
Why
you
do I have to get the question? Why me?
feel? Because I didn't want to
Um,
answer it. Fuck that.
I don't even don't even know where to start with that one. Honestly, it's just
How do you feel about feminism? That's more interesting, I think.
hmm,
Break it down for me.
break it down.
Be like a naive guy who doesn't know anything about feminism.
Do you know what? It
Why
sounds
do you
bad. I
think girls
don't
are so
even.
triggered, man?
Why are they triggered? Do you know what? I don't know why they're triggered. I feel like maybe they were rejected or someone treated them bad. I don't know. I can't sit here and say because why are they triggered? I wish I knew. Can someone tell me why are they triggered? I would love to know.
Because they feel like the world is against them.
Why is the world against them? I don't.
Because apparently guys get paid more for the same job and shit, you know?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Do they? I don't know. I
I,
don't know. Just
I
these are things.
mean, I think, yeah, maybe in some industries
There's
they
definitely an
probably
element
do
of
get
that,
paid
for
more,
sure. Yeah.
and that's not fair. They shouldn't be getting paid more. I feel like they should be paid the same. To be fair, if they're doing the exact same things, then yeah, why are they not being paid the same?
Yeah, they should definitely get paid the same if they're doing the
Mhm.
same job, right? To the same standard, kind of thing.
Yeah,
But I feel
I know
like
people
also the
say
industries that
performance.
women and men lend themselves to are very different, right? And the ones
Yeah,
that men lend themselves to, unfortunately, are the ones that have a bigger payout, you know, predominantly. Like you
Yeah.
don't see like computer science ladies all the time, right? Like you see maybe like 1 in 10 girls in that
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
one of the
true.
most advantageous fields, right?
Yeah, and
Obviously,
then when
way
they
more
see
women
that, they're
dominate, but
shocked.
not as much. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. They're outliers, right? And
Yeah.
before it comes to a stage where it is 50-50, you have to have like those gradual steps, right? To get there. And you need people who are outliers to start pushing other people to do the same thing. Otherwise, it will never become the same, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But I do feel like there are some women who like get rejected and then they start going on Instagram just like ranting about how guys aren't shit and how like we don't need them and I need to do this on my own kind of thing. And I don't have time for relationships right now because I need to focus on myself, you know?
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they do.
Because I'm sure that guys do the same thing, right? Like I've broken up with someone. I felt like I wasted my time with someone, and then I've been like, okay, well, fuck women. I don't need to take them seriously. Why do I need to care? Why should I ever care again? You know, I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
nonchalant and laid back, like I don't give a fuck about anything. If I go on a date, I'll be like, I don't care about this. You know, this is just what are we? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of people these days, they just don't want to put a label on it, or they just want to be open and have the best of
What is
both
this friends
worlds.
with benefits thing? What is it? Why do people want to do it all the time?
Friends with benefits.
Yeah, no
It gets
commitment.
messy. It's
All
just
the
going to get
rewards,
messy,
no
isn't it?
commitment.
Yeah, it does. And a lot of the time, someone has feelings.
There's
So,
always someone who has feelings after sex, right? And
yeah,
I
of
feel like
course, it's
after
going to
sex,
happen, innit?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think women get more affected by like sex as well in terms of like how their feelings are affected. Like it's more
Yeah,
intense, right? Whereas
yeah,
a
definitely.
guy like they say for guys it's like taking a piss. I don't think it's that necessarily. I think that's very far fetched, but it's like something that's exaggerated to get the point across, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't, only a guy
Same
themselves
person.
would know.
I get emotional when I, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because it just seems like they just have their pleasure and then that's it, they're done, like, and then the girls just get more and more attached, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, it's quite sticky, isn't it?
But it's weird though, because more time when I talk to other girls in relationships and stuff, they say that they don't really get satisfied like that. But they get satisfied by like the affection and all of that stuff instead.
Yeah, spending the time together and getting to know them and doing stuff with them is what would
Mm.
obviously make them have them feeling a type of way more, definitely, not just in the
Yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like with friends with benefits stuff, like it's always gonna end, right? It's either gonna end or you're gonna get married, one of the two.
You get together or you don't. I literally say to people, you get together or you don't, and you figure it out, and that's not no back and forth, backtracking
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Cherry Coke versus Cherry Pepsi is my next question. What the fuck is this, bro?
I don't even drink any of them. So, see, I told you I do questions
How
and
are
then I
you
get silly
so
things.
cool? Is one of these questions. How are
I'm
you?
not,
Like, tell me.
I'm not even cool. I'm just me. I just do my own thing. That's it. Cool where?
Books that you read, if you do.
I don't read books. I used to when I was younger in school, and then I just stopped.
Your audience is shit at questions, man. We need to make sure they're patterned up if we ever do this again. You know?
It's because I haven't done it in a while, and the algorithm on Instagram's gone a little bit. I don't know what's going on these days with
Yeah,
Instagram,
like you
but
have to remove it from your feed so that it gets people exploring or whatever. Like it's
I
strict.
really, I just feel like that it's just being forced with the reels. And if I want to see reels, I'm going on TikTok for that, not Instagram. I don't understand.
I think it's over for Instagram, yeah.
I like Instagram. I wish Instagram was just the app where you upload your photos. Why are they forcing it with reels? Just go on TikTok.
Yeah, 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 literally. It's the same shit, right? Even Snapchat trying to do the same thing, but no one goes on Snapchat unless you're like 16, right?
I
You
can't
don't
lie.
and that, you know what I mean?
I mean, I got a Snapchat. I have some of the chats on there, but yeah, it's one of them ones. But no, Instagram just needs to stick to the photos and the stories. And
Yeah.
but I don't know what they're
Keep
doing.
the
They
rest in
just
it.
need to sort it out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I see
Why don't you
people
monetize
complain.
it? Why don't you ever monetize your Instagram? Because
Like,
people who look at your Instagram would be looking at you like, why don't you monetize this? If
I
you
just
still get the
don't. It's to me, it's not even a big. People make a big deal out of their Instagrams. I don't. I
yeah,
just post like if I've got a good photo of myself, oh, I'll just post that. I don't
yeah,
obsess over it. I don't have the time to obsess over it. And it's like, what am I going to post anyway?
yeah.
Sometimes I just do stuff for like the fun of it, or just for the jokes, or like people take it very, very serious, and I just don't think I could do it
But you
or
think
anything.
that is the case because people are making money from it, right? So
Yeah,
it's
like what's this
their way out.
subscriptions? I'm seeing people say you got to subscribe to them. Subscribe to see what?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
nah, I'm not. I ain't subscribing to no one.
Yeah, like
Literally.
some of these guys are like my boys from primary school, and you want me to subscribe to watch your shit? No.
Send me holiday snaps. Like, what? Subscribe to that? No, it's okay. I'll just go on TikTok.
The
Someone will
same
put it
thing,
all
isn't
on
it?
there for free.
It's the same thing. Let's say you have five friends, and these five friends, go on holidays sometimes, go on dinners and all of that. That's what you need. Apart from that, like anyone outside of those five people, you see the same shit, you know?
Yeah, everyone is doing the same thing, really. Some slightly
They're all
different, but
NPCs, right?
NPCs. Yeah.
Yeah. How many NPCs do you actually know? Like, is it most people?
Honest.
Like, do you feel like when you go out, not many people are saying like what they actually feel and they're saying what they're supposed to say?
Yeah, they don't always say how they feel, and I feel like they should just be honest and just say, like, listen, like, who cares what people think? If you feel a type of way, just say it.
Yeah, and from this conversation, like I know that that's apparent with you, but not a lot of people would be willing to like say their truth, because it's scary for them. Like at work, like I'm going to be the most civilized version of myself, right? Because I don't want anyone to have a reason to push my name down or push my reputation
Yeah,
down.
use it against them or something like that, and no one should be using that against anyone if they're feeling a type of way, because it can
That's
happen to anyone. Anyone can
yeah.
go through something. It's been a backfire, so
Yeah, it's almost like people are moving paranoid, like the government's out to get them. You know?
I know it's true. People
Even
do
though
act like
maybe the
everyone's
government is
out to
out to
get
get
to them.
us. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen the way everything's going on. The government are against us.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. Like, what do you think about COVID and all
Do you know what? I was that person that was just like, is COVID even real? Until I got it myself. I had it so bad.
that? Yeah.
Like, I was in bed, I couldn't breathe. It was so nasty, nasty. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, COVID. I had it twice, and I was in hospital in the COVID ward. So it's just
So you can't really
nasty.
dispute it at that point, right? When you've had it.
No, I mean, the lockdown was annoying,
Yeah.
but it made me more peaceful. I actually enjoyed it. I actually sometimes have days I'm like, I miss lockdown.
Yeah, because you had that time to actually process what's going on, right?
Yeah, it was just peace. And now it's like everything's sort of, well, even though COVID's back now, I'm seeing everyone in masks again.
Yeah. Why are people wearing masks? It's normally the Asian aunties, but apart from that,
No, everyone, I went out today, I saw people in masks. I was just like, okay, if we catch it, we catch it. It is what it is. Half these people are vaccinated anyway. So what's all this about now? Like,
yeah,
I'm not vaccinated. I'm
I
going to get
don't
attacked
mind.
for
But
this.
yeah.
I'm going to get attacked for not being vaccinated. But
No, obviously I'll have to cut that part out anyways.
yeah, make sure.
But yeah, like I'm not vaccinated either. I don't agree with all of this shit, but that's a conversation for another day. This is obviously our first conversation, so it's a
Yeah.
bit mad that we're doing a podcast. Let me pause it. Let me just do the outro. Innit? I fuck off, guys. Innit? We're done. We're done. We're finished with the podcast.
Finished. Class.
All right, khalas. Subscribe.